Okay, so we've got our brow gel in. So there are multiple ways you can fill in your brows, or multiple products you can use to fill in your brows. So I'm going to show you them. You can use our crayon eyeliner. So we have brown, black, brown, or black. If you need color match, let me know. We also have mascara that you can use. I use this when I'm like going quick because I will put it on, right here, and then I'll just go right into my brows. And then we've got Shadow Sense. So you can use Shadow Sense. This is the color that I use. It's Smoke Topaz. I know it looks gray, but I promise you it looks good in my brows. And then we have our brow creams. So these are newer and there's a lot of shades. So let me know. The most popular ones are black, brown, or granite because they're a cool tone. So when you are looking at your brows, let's talk about brows quick. When you're looking at your brow hair, I'm just gonna grab something to point to it. So I have like dark brown, but I have like hints of red in my hair, but my brows are like black hair. So I want you to look at, obviously you want to look at, your roots. You want to look at your actual hair color. But you want to look at what color these are. Are they more of a warmer, like if you have more of like the orange and red and like brown, or are they more of a cool tone where it is more black? So for me, if I put a warm tone, so warm's kind of like more of the, think of like summery, like, oranges and like yellows and things like that. So let's just pick soft brown. Okay. I just want to show you guys what it looks like if I use a more warm color in my brows. It doesn't blend in. I'm going to put it on the side over here. It's really brown, right? So obviously I put it a little heavier, but like that's pretty brown. I mean, you can see the hints of the brown there, but that's too brown. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys black brown. This is our darkest shade. And I'm going to show you, this is more of the cool tone. And I'm going to show you, we'll show you on this tail over here. Okay, so obviously, like I said, I went heavier, but when you're looking at that goes with my hair more than that. That as it's drying on my skin, I mean, it is looking really brown. So if you want a color match for your brows, let me know and I will help. If you want shaping done, I can help. I will do a little shaping in another video in a few minutes for you guys. I will get this wiped off and I will do a shaping video for you guys. Okay, so let's do our brows. So I'm going to use Smoke Topaz. It is like the OG brow color that I've been using for years. So I do use our brow creams once in a while, but I keep going back to our eyeshadow. I love Smoke Topaz. I mean, like I said, I'll use the other ones once in a while, and sometimes it kind of depends on the look that I'm doing. If I want my brows to be more bolder, I will go with the black brown. And if I want them to be a little bit lighter, just a little bit of color, and look really natural, I go with granite. But like every day, Smoke Topaz, shadow. And that's what I use. I use the top of my pearlizer and I use this brush. And so I have some other ones that are spoolies and the ends. But I have the brow gel on, which is good. So you've got them brushed up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure first. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a little trick, okay? So to know how far in to go, you're going to get your nose, okay? Don't press on it, just like gently. Okay, you're going to go straight up and down. So that's good. So I know I need to get in a little bit more, okay? And then over here, you're going to measure from your nose, outside of your eye. Okay, that's good. You guys, I used to not have any hair there. And it grew back with our lash extend. Same thing here. Perfect. Okay, now the little like tip. You're going to go right over your pupil. Twist it. Okay. About like right there. Right there. So you can use this to shape them. If you want to, draw this on with like eyeliner. Draw that on, and that way you can kind of know for like plucking them too. Same with right there. All right, there. So my brows are shaped right. Now for actually shaping them and putting the color in. So I could go with natural brows like this, but I want a little bit more shape. I like a structured brow. Let me know in the comments, do you like a structured brow or do you like more of like a fluffy kind of natural brow? If I would just go into the beach, I would just go like this. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit there and I'm gonna dab my brush. Make sure you're cleaning your brushes regularly because if it's too stiff, mine probably needs to get cleaned. It's a little harder to work with. So I've got it very, very thin and I'm gonna go on the inside first and I'm brushing up, up, up. So I am essentially drawing on my brow right there. Okay, but it's looking natural. And now I'm gonna get a little more and I'm gonna do a line straight up. We're going just straight. You can see I've got some brow growth right there. That's gonna be a little while till it gets a little longer. Okay, so I've gone straight and then I do my tail. Now I've got to get that top part. So I'm gonna go across the top and I'm just gonna basically even it out. And then I'm gonna take this and you're gonna brush up. So where I've got that brow, that coming in right there, I'm gonna have to fill that in. And I'm gonna do a little more in the front. I'm gonna put a little more. And this takes practice. I recommend doing this before you go to bed at night. Just practice doing your brows because you're gonna end up showering. That way you can get a feel for it. And I'll show you how to clean up the bottom too. Okay. Really brushing up to get it to be natural looking. Okay, now I'm going to clean up the bottom part. Oh, I don't like that part right there. It's a little too structured. I want it to be floofy in the front part. And if you can even keep doing that because you want it to be kind of lighter ombre going to the outside. And then it's the task of making them both look the same. But even if you do some and then you go to the other one, you can keep going back and forth. Okay, what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab your foundation and you're gonna grab a little like flat brush. That'll work. Yeah, no, that'll work. Okay, put a little tiny bit. No, that's not good. You need a really flat one. That one. Put a little bit. Smoked topaz there too. I kind of like the lids for smoked topaz. A little bit. And I like to use, like I said, I like to use foundation for this part. And you go around it. You could use your eyeshadow, but or like a highlight color. Okay. I feel like this brow is not my best work today, but you get the picture. I'm gonna go back and I usually go back and I kind of play around with them, but already like look at how much more that structured that is. I need to just play around with this front part a little bit more. I'll mess around with it. But that's how you do your brows. Let me know if you have any questions. Practice, practice, practice. Lots of practice. If you are like, I'm at a loss, honestly, when I first started getting my brows figured out, I went to a like brow artist. Wasn't crazy expensive. I mean, it was like 30 bucks and they basically waxed them, shaped them for me, told me not to touch them and just use my brow growing product. She was like, put on your Lash Extend, don't touch them. And if you're going to go crazy before 3 weeks, come back. And I came back in like a week and a half and I was like, I'm going crazy. And so she like did it again. And I mean, then I ended up only having to go back there every like 2 months, month and a half, 2 months. And she taught me so much and I loved the shaping. What she used to fill them in, literally wiped off before I got home. So don't recommend the product she used, but she was good. And I think if you're in Omaha, the place that I went to is not open, but I think the girl that did mine, she went to another store. It was Lash Comb and Brow, I think. So if you've heard of that place or if you look that place up and you find out where those people went, go find them. And they were good. because you don't want to just trust anybody with your brows. But that's a really good way to get started. And like I said, get yourself your Lash Extend, get them growing out, or if you already have them, they will help you like cut them and you'll learn all the things. So, all right, let me know if you have any questions about your brows.